Hey everyone, welcome back to Fun in the Locker Room, your greatest, latest place for sports takes, debates, news, deadlines, headlines, whatever. Fun in the Locker Room. Originally at Villanova University, we had a radio show for a couple years. We had a great time doing it. We're bringing it back now in a podcast form. You can see our faces. It's going to be on YouTube just like the way it was before. Sean Rankle, Liam Holloway, True Carcer, as always, nothing's changed there. Quality content hasn't changed at all, but you can see our faces now. We got unlimited time. We're not censored anymore. We can do whatever the hell we want. So thanks for joining us on this ride. As always, check out the Twitter, Fun in the Locker Room. We're posting a lot of stuff there. The YouTube, Fun in the Locker Room. You miss anything? Well, honestly, we're not a radio show anymore, so that's the only way you're going to listen to it is on YouTube. So if you're watching this, you're probably on YouTube. And as always, let's get into let's explore. What are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about the NFL. We just had our fantasy draft. We'll talk about our teams, why Liam's team is going to finish last, why my team is going to finish best, our punishment. Maybe we'll add something between the three of us, a little friendly wager. We got a little bit of NFL news. Preseason's been going on. Week 1 is very soon around the corner. Maybe we'll get into some college football. It's been weird not being in college and not having college football start when we go back to school, but college football is starting. So maybe we'll talk about that. MLB. We talked about the trade deadline last time. A couple of things to talk about. Very sad news. We'll talk about Shohei's injury and how that's going to hurt his future going into this very pivotal offseason for him. A little bit of NBA news. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. Not really any NBA news, but we do have a funny quote we got to talk about that has really riled up the NBA community. That's what you can expect on this episode of Fun in the Locker Room. As always, we're going to start the show with our NFL segment. Let's recap the draft. And I'm going to let either one of you guys go first, talk about why. I'm going to let you spit out your delusion on why you think your team's the best. You guys decide.
Frank, let's hear you first.
Okay. I'm very excited about my team. I love Saquon this year. I know you're going to all hate on me for being a Giants fanboy, but this team is very underrated. The offense had one drive in this preseason, and Daniel Jones went 8 for 9 with a touchdown. Their offense is clicking. The offense line's better. Saquon's going to do amazing. So that's a great first pick. As we've talked about, Najee Harris. I know Liam hates the man, but he can't do much worse. He's got to bounce back at some point. He's one of the few lead backs in the NFL, and it's ridiculous. And then Garrett Wilson, Aaron Rodgers stuff, and the rest of the team just filled out. I was really excited with Miles Sanders pick in the bench spot because he's got a lot of upside.
Frank, my first question for you is walk me through, and this isn't like to criticize, I'm just trying to understand your rationale here. Walk me through your Justin Fields pick.
There's a lot of hype for the Bears this season, and I think Justin Fields has the ability to not only throw the ball, but the running ability is huge in fantasy, and I think he's one of the best running quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah, Rank, you were the pick ahead of me, and I really wanted Justin Fields, and you snagged him right before I could. So that was a great pick on your end.
Yeah, he really excited me.
I like Garrett Wilson, now with Aaron Rodgers, continuing off a good rookie season. I was a little wary on DK Metcalf just for a fantasy perspective because you do have 2 other good wide receivers that should be, getting a lot of the targets. And we got to hedge our bets a little bit. How is Geno going to do year 2, in the starting role? I mean, obviously, hopefully he does well. I'm not asking for a Pro Bowl season or anything, but, yeah, I think it's the DK Metcalf. I'm a little wary on that pick. I had the chance to take him, and I ended up not taking him. So what's your rationale there?
No, I very much agree. I think this offense could be very interesting this year because if you think about it, Geno Smith is Geno, and he had one anomaly year, and can he continue doing this? And not only do they have 3 top wide receivers in the league, but they also drafted another running back. So there's a lot of depth in this team. So I think week 1 or week 2 are really going to decide it, but I feel like DK Metcalf, and I think I'm at like the 5th round, was too good to pass up at that point.
Interesting. You got the Saints defense, great pick.
I really like Jamal Williams. I know Liam loves the Saints offense, but what they're able to do and his touchdown ability the past year is ridiculous, like unprecedented. I don't think he'll do that again, but with Alvin Kamara out the first 4 weeks, like he's a massive pickup for those first 4 weeks at least.
Yeah, Rank, what I was going to say is definitely slot him into the flex for the first couple weeks because he's going to eat.
Yeah.
Great pick. Great pick.
Two more questions, and then I want to hear your gem, your sleeper. Christian Watson and Anthony Richardson. Walk me through the rationale there.
Well, Watson's the lead wide receiver in that offense, and Jordan Love's had a good preseason, and he's going to get a lot of target share. Like, got to throw the ball at some point, and there's really not much wide receiver help behind him. So, top man in that offense. Hopefully, Jordan Love can click with him. And then Anthony Richardson, I saw somebody's take that if you think about the top 15 quarterbacks, after the top 12, like Anthony Richardson in the second last round, he could legitimately be a QB1 with his running ability. Will he do it? I don't know, but it's a high upside pick that doesn't hurt that late in the round when people are taking random players' names. He's somebody who's got some upside.
I like that. I like that pick.
My favorite pick, though,
Yeah.
I love Miles Sanders. I think he's going to have a great year at the Carolina. Number one running back in the offense again. He's shown it in Philly when they give him the opportunity, and with a young quarterback, they like to run the ball.
I think it's solid. I think it's a solid team. I don't really have anything else to say about your team. Evan Ingram, old giant. I mean, he's a good tight end.
Yeah, he did better last year. Trevor Lawrence is going to keep improving. So
this is a good team. I'd give this a solid A minus, solid A minus to an A.
William, let's see your team.
Okay, we'll go over to my team. So I had the 7th pick in the draft, and Cooper Kupp fell to me. And I really didn't want to go running back first round because there was a guy that I really wanted in the second round. So I went Cooper Kupp first overall, and then I got my guy, Nick Chubb, in the second round, who I truly believe will be RB1 this year. You know, usually a lot of guys don't repeat. Jonathan Taylor is already out of the question. He's not going to be RB1. I don't even remember who was last year. But I think the stars are going to align, and Nick Chubb's going to be my horse this year. I got Jalen Waddle in the 3rd, and then Mark Andrews in the 4th, and that's why I went with Tua as my QB. Kind of a double down with Jalen Waddle. I figured that would be good. But yeah, I'm happy with this team.
Are you concerned about Cooper Kupp and the Rams offense and his injury in like the preseason, coming off injury last season? Like,
I think he's going to be fine just because I know he's going to get targets every single game. He's good for at least, 12 to 15 targets at least a game. So, he catches 8 of those, gets 80 yards at 16 points right there.
Yeah.
I'm looking at your QB depth. I like the Geno pick. It's kind of a sleeper pick. I like that. Are you worried about Tua's health at all?
Yeah, that's why I went and got Geno. I figured if Geno can do anything, if he's anything like he was last season, I'll be fine. I mainly got Tua just because of the weapons that Tua has around him, Tyreek and Waddle. It's just going to be insane. And I think that elevates Waddle a little bit if I can double dip.
What about Godwin? I was kind of scared to take Godwin and Mike Evans, considering I think it's Baker Mayfield on the other side of them. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I got Godwin. I also have a bunch of receivers on the bench that I'm really happy with. Marquise Brown is the number 1 in Arizona. I know they don't have a lot of QBs, but he is their number 1. Nico Collins is the number 1 in Houston, and Jordan Addison is the backup to Jettas. So I think my wide receiver depth is going to come in and help me a lot. I think the Godwin pick, I think he fell to me. And like he either fell to me I think it was the 7th round, and I was just like, I kind of had to get the guy,
Yeah. Just out of curiosity, where did Mark Andrews fall to you?
I got him in the 4th, late 4th round. Yeah.
That's a great pickup.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think with the Ravens' new offense, I think he's going to be really competing with Kelsey for that number 1 tight end. I know he had some injury a couple days ago in preseason, but they said he's going to be fine week 1, and he's capable of 35 plus points at any time. So I was really happy with that.
What's your big question, Liam? Because I know you love your special teams. Like, it was shocking this year. You waited all the way to like the second to last round to take your kicker. Like, what's is Young Hoo Koo in for a bounce back this year? Like, what's your thoughts about him?
Yeah, I figured this, Rank. Dome player, first of all. If for the listeners out there, you want to draft kickers that play in domes. You kind of
why is that? Why is that?
Same atmosphere, 9 to 8 games a year.
That's fair.
Consistency, You don't draft a kicker from Buffalo, even though Buffalo's in the red zone a lot, because you saw those couple games, Wynn's taking the ball. Same with New England. I don't know if it's happened in Seattle. True, you could speak on that a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm really impressed. These are things that would never cross my mind. Like, you're really devoted to your craft, man. I respect it a lot.
Yeah, after last year where I started off the season 0-5, I was determined that it was not going to happen again. Yeah. And I got 2 sleeper picks for you guys. Number 1, Rachaad White. He's I think the number 1 running back. I don't know anybody else in Tampa Bay. He's their number 1, so I think he has top 10 RB upside. And also Jordan Addison, who's, I think if Jetta's, I'm not saying I want him to, but if he does miss some time, injury, whatever, maybe he's getting double teamed all season, Jordan Addison's going to be getting the ball a good amount.
Who was opposite Leonard Fournette when he was there? Didn't they have 2 running backs? Was it Rachaad White? I
don't think it was Rachaad White. I think it was somebody else too.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, I'll believe you. He's probably going to be RB1.
Yeah. So I was happy, and I got a lot of options with my flex. So, okay, True, you ready to talk about yours?
Yeah, it's not going to be positive. I'll tell you that.
I got a big question for you, True. You were quite upset about taking 2 Raiders first round. Like, what's your hate with the Raiders?
Yeah, well, no, I don't like taking really. I like to spread out the teams, and as I'm sure a lot of people do, I don't think it's really good to double down, especially so early on. I will be honest, and I'm not blaming her, but I was on the phone with my mom during the first 2 rounds, and so I was 10.
Wow.
I was back to back. I'm not scapegoating my mom, but I'm just saying my focus wasn't entirely there. So when I got to pick 10, I took Josh Jacobs and Devontae Adams back to back, which independently are phenomenal fantasy picks, I think. Now, arguably Devontae Adams can be wide receiver 1. Josh Jacobs could be top 5. We're going to see. This is a whole new ballpark with Jimmy Garoppolo. We don't know what the hell is going to happen. So we'll see what happens there. Removed from the draft once the dust is settled, and I've cooled down a little bit. I do like these picks now. Moving on, these are all, you got to remember, these are in groups of 2 because I was back to back. So I think we went QB early. Once I saw Mahomes get off the board, I knew I needed a good QB. Went and got Liam's GOAT, Lamar Jackson, and
great pick.
Aaron Jones. Some good running threats there. Never been an Aaron Jones fan really, but he is a fantasy god. Is that guy still in the backfield with him?
AJ Dillon's still there.
Yeah, so that's a concern there for sure. AJ Dillon's, if I remember correctly, been the red zone, 3rd down type of guy, which definitely hinders Aaron Jones. But hey, if Jordan Love doesn't pan out, they're going to be running the ball a fuck ton. So we're okay there. Lamar Jackson, that's self-explanatory. Don't need to say anything there. Then we move into, I think it was DJ Moore and Darren Waller were the 2 I took together. DJ Moore is kind of betting on Justin Fields. Now he's got some weapons. It's really a show out or show up or show out type of moment for Justin Fields. You have the weapons around you. His running threat is going to maybe pack the box a little bit and keep the safeties and cornerbacks honest. Get DJ Moore open a little bit. We'll see what happens here. Darren Waller, Rank, really need Darren Waller to be the guy in New York. I really don't remember any of the other wide receivers in New York, so
He's looked amazing.
Hopefully it's a good thing for me. But what'd you say?
He's looked amazing. He had his one drive with Daniel Jones.
Good.
He got like 6 catches for like 55 yards, something like that. Like he's looked
Good.
really good.
Good.
If he's healthy, then he's gonna be a big problem.
True. What round did you get Waller in?
So I think Jacobs and Adams were 1, 2,
5th round.
3, 4. Yeah, it was 5. It was either
round?
end of 5 or very beginning of 6.
Yeah, last end of 5th.
Solid. I think he's definitely got like easily going to be top 5 tight end.
Yeah. Every time I think of Darren Waller, I think about how he's married to that chick, Kelsey Plum on the Aces, and she plays in Las Vegas. So I just thought it was very sad how he got traded out of Las Vegas. But I'm sure they're making their marriage work.
That's why he got traded. Remember, like
Oh, the wedding, yeah.
What's his name? Leaked the wedding info or something like that.
Yeah, I'm a big Kelsey Plum fan.
Yeah, I am as well. She's a very good player too. Okay, next 2 picks. I think I went Connor and 49ers defense. I'm pretty sure I took the first defense out of anybody. Might be wrong there. I needed a good defense. I was between 49ers and Saints, and looking back, I do regret not taking the Saints. As Liam has mentioned several times, the Saints division is hot garbage. It's a steaming pile of just trash. So I really should have taken the Saints defense. That was kind of a blunder on my part. In one of my other leagues, I took Niners and was happy about that. So we'll see. Obviously, the Niners are going to get 10+ points when they play the Cardinals, maybe 10+ points when they play the Rams, and probably going to do well one of the games versus the Seahawks. So I don't think it's a bad pick. But if we're being technical, maybe the Saints should have been it. James Conner was kind of just a in the moment type of pick.
I really like that pick, Truitt. I think with Arizona not having a quarterback, he's going to be their guy in the red zone if they get there.
Yeah.
Every single chance they get, they're going to give him the ball. So I think that's a great
James
pick.
Conner was I don't remember if it was last year or the year before, was pretty dangerous in the red zone.
Yeah.
He was really good.
He was hurt last year, but the past years before he had been really good, like top 10 fantasy running back. So I like the pick a lot.
Yeah. So maybe this is his time to shine, especially without a QB. He could be he's never really been a receiving type of guy, unfortunately. I was thinking he could be a good option, field on a 3rd down, check down for his young QBs, but it's probably not going to be the case. The rest of the team, just kind of people I thought might be able to pan out. Deshaun Watson, was sitting there for a long time. Maybe he could do something. Kadarius Toney, maybe he could blossom into a good wide receiver in Kansas City. I don't know who the hell is playing wide receiver for the Titans, so I went with Burks. And, Jerry Jeudy, it all depends on Russell Wilson. So that's my team.
Yeah, true. The one concern I really have with your team is that number 2 wide receiver spot.
Yeah.
I can see not a lot of depth there.
I 100% agree. It's really just a wide receiver by committee behind Adams.
Yeah, that's fair. And given the 10th pick, the last pick in the draft, it's not easy to draft from that position. So
yeah, it's unique that you get to choose 2 at once, so you don't have to worry about someone your second favorite guy falling off the board. But it is tough to go 20 picks without picking someone, seeing some key guys fall.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I really like, I'll be completely honest, and this isn't a slight at anybody. I really like Rank's team out of the 3 of us. I think Rank's team is pretty good.
I got a question for you. Any players that you were really mad that you wanted but were taken ahead of you? Like any big sleeper guys you're a big fan of?
Gibbs. I wanted to draft Gibbs.
Yeah, I wanted him too. I hated that Olave got picked. And
I think Olave is going to be big.
Yeah, I went with Waddle instead, but I think Olave is going to be, and I'm biased. I don't care. Olave is going to be a top 5 wide receiver this year, so
I can see it.
I really wanted Michael Thomas too. I think great depth piece.
I was mad you took Darren Waller, Truitt. I'm really high on him. I think he was a great pick.
I figured, yeah. I needed to get a strong tight end if my wide receivers are going to be, especially a pass-catching tight ends.
Yeah.
That. So,
tight end's such a hard position to draft in fantasy because it's like if
totally.
you get one of the good guys, it's like a huge advantage. Like that's why I had the third pick in another league, and I almost drafted Travis Kelce first round because I'm like, well, you automatically start like 100 points ahead
Yeah.
in the season.
Dude, that's not even. I wouldn't have even been mad if the third pick was Travis Kelce. Like outside
Yeah.
those top 5 guys, I feel like it's so hard to find value in tight ends.
Mhm.
Yeah. Tom drafted him the pick before I did, which
Uh,
really hurt. But yeah, I really wanted him.
I also
In every
really
mock draft I did, Kelsey fell to me at 7. Every single one.
that's who
I really like-
you were gonna go with.
Yeah. Easily.
I really like Madison on the Vikings because he's like played really well when Dalvin Cook's been hurt this past couple of years, and
Yeah, who ended up getting him?
I don't even know. Let's see. I think it's people.
Beal's
No,
got a
Nate
good
got him.
team.
Nate got him.
Nate got him. Nate's got a good team too.
Nate did have a really
I
good
was
team.
shocked that Brees Hall fell so far. I know that he's coming off an injury, and now Dalvin Cook's there, but I really think he'll be RB1 when he's healthy. Out of those two,
Look at Nate's team.
Yeah, Nate's is really good.
His top
That's a
5.
really-
Flex
that's
is
a really
great.
solid team.
He's got a wow.
I was
Jeez, he's
really
got a lot
between
of good-
Pollard and Jacobs. Was really between those two.
Yeah. He just
like
went no
Jacobs better.
tight end. No tight end here. Interesting.
I saw him take Tucker off the board. That was pretty early for a kicker, but you know what? It's consistency.
You got the best in the game, right?
Yeah. I like the Smith and Jigba. Could be good there.
It's always good to get a rookie wide receiver, I feel like.
Totally.
A lot of
Totally.
potential there.
And I like
I'm
Jaylen
really
Warren.
low on Mike Evans though. I don't think. I mean, with Baker, I'm really low on him and Godwin.
And Nate got Christian McCaffrey at the 5 spot too,
That's good.
which is unreal in my opinion.
Yeah. Eckler going number 2 overall shook everything up.
Yeah, I was really happy I saw that because I knew I was going to get someone that I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I like how Nate's team has a lot of certified guys: Burrow, McCaffrey, Pollard, and then a lot of guys that can really come out of the dust. Like
These two.
Olave could jump into something. Ridley could have a great bounce back. Madison, as we were talking about, like this is just a solid team.
Ridley
really
looked
like
really
Nate's
good in
team.
training camp.
I think his wide receiver core and his depth is incredible.
Pickens, solid.
Pickens has high ceiling, very high ceiling.
I think his running back depth, though, out of those top 3, like if Madison doesn't pan out, his running back depth is pretty concerning. Like, yeah, Elijah Mitchell's good, but he's
Elijah
gonna be.
Mitchell.
To take
Elijah-
Mitchell and McCaffrey on the same team
Yeah.
is that's.
I kind of
I
like
liked
it
it.
though, because if say McCaffrey goes down, you have his handcuff right there, slot him right in. And
Yeah.
we know this. We talked about this a lot. Anybody who plays on the 49ers is going to eat in that offense because it's a
True.
Mickey Mouse offense. Yeah.
Yeah, but then you got why am I blanking on his name? The receiver running back.
Debo.
Debo?
Yeah, Debo. Debo could easily take some running back.
That's true.
I mean, I agree with you, Liam, but this is like scraping the ball in the barrel
Yeah.
against Nate's team. Like this is a good team.
Yep.
It's
Anybody
gonna be a
else?
fun season.
Anyone else we want to look at? Anyone else's team?
I would
not?
love to see how Pat did. And T.
We'll take a look at Mr. Costello. Give me your seed. That's interesting.
Not sure what that's
Interesting name.
referring to. But,
He's got a bad RB2. I don't like J.K. Dobbins.
Who? I don't like his running. I don't know. I think Ramondre. I think he's going to get used a lot, but I'm scared of playing under Bill Belichick. I really think it doesn't breed good fantasy players.
He's got Brees Hall on his bench. That's crazy.
I'm not a fan of this team outside the wide receivers and the quarterback.
He went Josh Allen third. He went Josh Allen right after Mahomes was picked in the 3rd. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ramondre and J.K. Dobbins.
But with Brees
Goddard, like what's up with the Goddard pick?
Hall, Goddard's gonna be good.
Maybe just because he's on Philly, he'll eat. You got to pick guys on good teams in positions like that. Kickers, tight ends.
I think he'll be a middle road team.
Not a lot of depth.
Yeah, depth is a big concern. I don't see any of his bench guys. Nah, I don't want to say that.
Brees
I
Hall
see
and
only
Sky
a
Moore
few
are
of his
like
bench guys making it into the starters.
Brees Hall and Sky Moore can both do it. I think Sky Moore
Those
got a
are the-
big season.
Those are the two I was thinking about. Yeah, he's got almost too much running wide receiver depth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like Samaje just because if Javonte Williams isn't back, like not 100%, Samaje Perine has shown that he can be, kind of a force. He was incredible when he came in on the Bengals last season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not yeah. Let's check out Mr. Casper.
Yeah. We'll look at D's team.
What is his name? Hurts and what?
Hurts and goal. Good name.
That's actually pretty funny.
I don't like the
Derrick
James
Henry.
Cook. I don't like the running back.
Yeah,
too.
T got Kelsey in the first round, which you just, that's a great pick.
Yeah, totally.
He fell to him at 6. You got to pick him up there.
Liam, you were big on Amari Cooper. Why?
Amari Cooper did great things for me last year. I think he was surprisingly like it. I think he might have been a top 10 wide receiver last year. If
Really?
not, he was just on the cusp. But he had some big games for me, and I think he's going to be Deshaun Watson's main dude. So I really like that. I really
Yeah,
want
Debo,
that.
good pick. I'm not super high on this team. I'm always like Derrick Henry was available to me, and I'm really never trusting Derrick Henry to stay healthy.
I think
And sometimes he just
Debo,
has like duds too.
I don't like the Debo. I'm not really into Mike Williams this year, and James Cook.
Yeah.
It's
Bills running backs.
Yeah.
Is Singletary still there?
No, he's in Houston, okay. But still, like, there's gonna be some rookie guy there. I don't know. I don't see them giving James Cook all the work.
I don't know who he slots into his flex because I don't know if Mike Williams gets the job done there with the Chargers just drafting Quentin Johnson.
Yeah. You could have Drake London in year 2. Who's the quarterback there?
Ritter.
I would like that a little more if you put London in because he's the clear number 1. And he got a ton of the target share last year.
I had Drake London last year, and he never got touchdowns. Was the only thing.
That offense never got touchdowns.
Yeah, the Falcons never.
That's true. Juju.
I don't know how I feel about Pacheco. I don't know about that.
The Kansas City running backs are just interesting. Like I feel like Pacheco could break out, but I feel like week to week, Andy Reid just gives a different guy the ball. Like it was so frustrating when I had him a couple years ago.
I love Rashad Penny from his time on the Seahawks. I don't know where he is on the depth chart for Philadelphia. I have no idea.
He's got to be behind Swift, right?
Yeah, I think it's him and Swift.
Oh, I fucking forgot they got Swift. God damn. Team's
and
so
Kenneth
good.
Gainwell's still there. Like it's a committee there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fair. Rashad Penny's a committee type of guy. I don't see T really starting him.
I think Jalen Hurts is gonna do some work for him this year, but outside of Hurts, Kelsey, you gotta hope these guys have good years. No certainties here, that's for sure.
No, a lot of hope.
All right, this is inspiring though. You know what? Now, I'm not gonna lie. Looking at Tom's and Pat's team, I feel a lot better about my team.
Yeah, let's look at one more. Let's look at Whitty's team. I want to see what Jeremy cooked up.
He's always got a good team. Ooh, I like his team.
Oh, because you saw his quarterback first. That's why.
No, not that. I like Akers. I think he's gonna bounce back here.
Cam Akers screwed me last season.
I know. You got screwed by everybody.
Picking up Jonathan Taylor after he fell, I respect hitting the value there.
Cortland Sutton also is a good value. Jerry Judy's out the first couple weeks, so maybe Sutton can establish himself.
I like his bench a lot, to be honest.
This team has a lot of upside.
Yeah.
A lot of upside. I like Sutton because Judy's going to be missing games probably. Michael Thomas, high floor or low floor, high ceiling type of guy. Damn.
And Daniel Jones has
Prescott,
the rushing ability.
Yeah, I like
Not
Deontay
to-
Johnson.
not to like stomp on your fire rank, but I think Prescott's the type of guy where upside he could become Witty's QB1. You know, if he has a bounce back.
I feel like Prescott's just got like a safe floor, and Daniel Jones could like rush for a bunch of yards and like have a huge game. It could like win you a week.
Totally, yeah. Smith, I'm always worried about with AJ Brown there, but you just kind of hope it's a Jamar Chase, T Higgins type of thing.
I think Devontae Smith's gonna get a lot of touches this year. I think that's great. I really wanted to get Devontae. I like Hawkinson too.
Yeah.
Another guy. Is he? So what do we got? We got Waller, Kelsey, Mark Andrews. Is Hawkinson 4?
Kittle's in
He's
there
probably 3
somewhere.
or 4
Yeah.
years. Kittle's probably 5.
Kittle and Hawkinson top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
gotta
that's
be.
pretty much all your go-to tight ends there.
Tier 1s. Yeah, good team.
Yeah,
Amon Ra, great pick. I fantasy. He gets it done every year.
just a well-rounded team. I mean, Deontay Johnson. I don't know. Is he the starter behind Pickens? I don't know what
I
goes
think
on there.
Deontay Johnson starts over Pickens.
He's the number 1, and he
Okay.
gets a lot of targets. A lot of targets last year. Didn't score. I don't know if he had any touchdowns though. So that's something.
Yeah.
But
Big
Heads you up
upside
real
here.
quick.
Big upside.
The ESPN final standing projection has you at number 1.
Who?
Has you at number 1, Truett.
Me.
Mhm.
Wow. Well, look at that. Yeah. I mean, those are just obviously projections, but that's I'm glad that somebody feels good about my team. Jeez.
Frank, where are you? Are you 8?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I don't understand what this trending is when nothing's
Yeah.
happened. Chubby wubby.
I was so happy I got him just for that name.
I'm shocked you didn't go with like chubbed up or like, do you have
Yeah.
a chub?
Basic.
Or-
Too basic.
Chubby wubby? Okay. That's fair.
Right. Let's talk some NFL news.
What do we got, Rank?
I guess the big one from the week is the Trey Lance trade. Trey Lance to the Cowboys for a 4th-round pick.
It's
I know you guys have
ridiculous.
some thoughts on this one.
So ridiculous. I don't understand why like the Niners would. You got to give him a chance at some point. Like,
He did last year. He sucks.
didn't he get hurt?
Yeah, but he played like a game and a half. It was terrible.
Oh yeah, he played a game and a half. Yeah, that's great.
He's played a game and a half in the past 4 seasons because he didn't play his senior year of college. He didn't play his first year in the NFL, and he played 1.5 games last year. He
That's
can't
pretty
be that good.
interesting. I remember, I'm not even making this up. I remember exactly where I was when this draft was going on. And I remember seeing this pick and just laughing my ass off because there was just so many better QB prospects at the time. And I'm just glad that it's catching up to them. I really am. Like this was, I'm not mad at them for doing this because they did have a full QB room and they got rid of Garoppolo and Lance and they're moving into the full Brock Purdy Darnold era. But just looking back on it, they traded away 3 draft picks that were all ended up being really good players. I think Waddle was one of them.
One trade for Tyreek
or no,
Hill,
no.
like
Yeah, that's what it was. It was the pick that was used to trade for Hill. It's just looking back, this is just such an L, and it brings me a lot of happiness. I'm sure Rank, it does not bring you a lot of happiness as our Niners fan.
I'm just like shocked that the Niners are this good, considering they've had some bad drafts recently.
Yeah.
Literally just Nick Bosa and that's it.
But the defense in general, like Fred Warner, DeForest Buckner, like they have a bunch of guys on that
Yeah.
defense that are just ridiculous.
I think Buckner, did he come back?
He might not be
Even
back.
on that-
Eric Armstead, there's some guys there.
Yeah. Well, that Super Bowl defense was ridiculous, and I know they lost a couple guys, but Fred Warner, I've just having to play him twice a year. I think he's like best linebacker in the league. He's really good. They'll be fine. Like in the grand scheme of things, this trade means nothing. Like they'll be fine if Brock Purdy pans out. It's just funny to look back.
Exactly. Like they passed up on Justin Fields.
Just laugh at them.
If they traded for Trey Lance, not Justin Fields. Like there's plenty of guys. I don't know. Kind of crazy.
So we have left in the NFL. We got Jonathan Taylor, Chris Jones. What do we got there, Rick?
Jonathan Taylor. He's been the whole situation. The owners decided, gave him till today to engineer a trade out of Indianapolis, and he couldn't find anything, so they put him on the PUP list. So he's out at least 4 games and probably longer. So unless he finds a trade, I don't think he plays this year, to be honest. Which is kind of crazy. I think the owner's like, he wants to hold out, but the owner's like, fine, if you're going to hold out, we'll just put you on a list where we don't have to pay you. So they're just not going to pay him, and it's going to be a whole season that doesn't count for him. He's going to be right back in the same situation next year. It's kind of a terrible situation for both of them.
I can't believe it. I don't understand. Like, we saw Isaiah Simmons get traded for a 7th rounder, which we need to talk about that. But how does a guy who was 2 years ago the best running back, how is he not on a team right now? It's absurd to me. Absolutely absurd.
And it's crazy the juxtaposition, because like the owner's like, we won't pay him, but he's not worth being paid, but we need a 1st round pick for him. Like, you can't have it both ways. Like,
yeah. I got no thoughts to say. I mean, this whole situation is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Isaiah Simmons. I cannot believe that the Giants got him for a 7th round pick. That is an absolute steal. And when I saw that pop up on my phone, I was like, how did the Saints not go for this? He's such a good defensive weapon. And now they're moving him to defensive back. On the Cardinals, he was supposed to be defensive back where he played at Clemson. I don't know what the Giants are planning on doing with him, but
I think he's going to play a more Jamal Adams role, like down the box, rushing as like a safety kind of thing.
This guy's a star.
It kind of makes you wonder what the hell are the Cardinals doing? The Cardinals have to be like one of the most directionless teams in the league right now. I'm just so confused.
They're tanking.
No, they're full rebuild, truly.
Like, are they
Williams?
What are they going to do with Kyler? Is Kyler still the future?
No, they're going to move on. They want Caleb Williams.
Yeah, that's fair.
They want the 1st and 2nd pick.
He's going to be really good at USC. Yeah. Do they? What pick do they already have? That's
They had the Texans pick.
Yeah.
Oh.
Imagine they got Caleb Williams and then like traded down and got Marvin Harrison Jr. Oh my gosh.
He'll go number 2. They'll take him 2. It'll be 1-2, him and Marvin Harris Jr.
You think he'll be taken 2, or like Brock Bowers?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So Texas fans really just have to hope that CJ Stroud comes out of the gates competent.
I hope CJ Stroud is. The Texans need somebody, because like I said last episode, I was watching a video on the Texans quarterback history, and it's so depressing.
Yeah. I think Isaiah Simmons is going to be very big. Like, Wink Martindale's defense has the guys moving around. I'm really excited. He's a playmaker on defense. Like, he was coming out of the draft. I wanted to draft him back in the day, and it's great he's on our team for a 7th round pick.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about Chris Jones a little bit before we move on? We switch sports.
I think you told us this truth that Chris Jones was thinking about holding out for 8 weeks.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is not what the Chiefs want to hear, especially, after what's been a great last season for them, and you would hope just kind of a quiet off season. This isn't good for them.
It is kind of crazy. 8 weeks is a long time to hold out. We'll see if he goes through with it, but for the Chiefs, it's not really a problem yet, considering they're not a lock to make the playoffs, but basically a lock to make the playoffs. So maybe it's good for them. It'll give them some time to rest.
Yeah. Yeah, not much there. We'll see. We'll see if that. I think that's going to really. We'll revisit that if that impacts the regular season.
Yeah, and we'll do our
Um,
NFL predictions for division winners and MVP stuff next week. So
yeah.
that's next week's episode fun.
Switching sports, just to give a kind of a recap, or not recap, but a preview of what we're going to talk about. A little bit of a playoff push. Couple headlines there. Some new teams in first. Who's going to win some certain divisions, get the last wildcard spots. Unfortunately, we do have to talk about the Ohtani injury because that's going to be huge. And I'm putting this out there now. We can talk about this in a minute. I think this could be the best thing that could have happened to the Angels, believe it or not. And a couple other things, such as Batista goes down. I think Josh Donaldson just got cut. Angels. I don't know if you guys saw what the Angels did today, but I was pretty confused about that. So, where do you guys want to start?
Let's talk about the playoff push first.
Okay.
One team we got to talk about right off the bat, since the All-Star break, the Mariners have been the best team in the MLB. They have been on a tear. Now they have a 0.5 lead in their division over both the Rangers and the Astros. And this, I don't know, this division's going to come down to maybe the last week. It is, it's gearing up.
Dude, shout out Mariners. They were saying something about how they haven't been first in their division this long or this far into the season since like 2003 or something.
That's crazy. And Julio Rodriguez, he had like 17 hits in 4 games, like the most ever. Like he's been on a tear recently, and if he keeps getting this hot, like the Mariners are gonna be a tough team to beat.
That sequence or that series where he had like 17 hits, he had more hits that series himself than the entire Yankees team during that span, which is just it's a bit crazy. I don't know who that speaks more to, but
that's insane. Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch this division down the stretch. And actually, right now, the Astros have the highest playoff percentage out of the 3 teams. Mariners are 2% behind them, and the Rangers are a good 14% behind the Astros. So it's going to be interesting.
I think all 3 of them will probably make the playoffs, but in what order is yet to be seen.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd love to see the Rangers fall off. I would love that.
I'm sure you would. I'm sure you guys both would.
Be amazing.
Shout out the A's for being the first team to be mathematically eliminated. Shout out the A's.
I wonder what can we I'm gonna look up what their over under on wins this year was, because I think the under might have smacked. 38 wins is just
it's pretty bad.
I don't know.
It's terrible.
What's
while Liam's doing
the
that
record
right now?
Oh, 49.5 was their
Oh, jeez. I mean, they can still get there, right? How many games?
Oh, wait, no, that's updated. Oh, boy. I don't know what it was at the beginning, but 49.5, that's got to be the most losses ever. The worst team ever.
Jesus. Frank, while Liam's looking that up, I want to ask you, AL East, Orioles or Rays? I think Batista, who was like one of the best closers in the league, going down is kind of a big deal. Who do you see winning that division?
It is a big deal. I think the Orioles are regretting not strengthening more than they did at the deadline and not going all the way in. And the Rays have looked really good. I think they swept the Yankees over the weekend. It looked very fiery. A couple brawls between the teams, so always a fun time. But I think the Orioles find a way to win it out. I think they're a young team. I'm not sure what they will do in the postseason because, as we've seen the past couple of years, postseason relies on a little bit of experience in general. Yeah. And the Orioles have absolutely none of it. But I think they are a fun group of team. I think their fan base behind them. I think their home record's ridiculous. And they're just going to keep winning games.
Yeah. Liam, what do you think about those 2 teams?
I really like the Orioles. They've been so hot, and want to talk about over under on wins. They were projected 76.5 wins this season.
Wow.
Already broke it by a ton. They've been red hot, and watching them play at home, the crowd is absolutely insane. It's just so much fun to watch them. Obviously 2-horse race between them and the Rays. I think with what happened with Wander Franco is definitely going to limit the Rays, especially down the stretch. Not having their star shortstop is just killer. But I don't know. I love the way the Orioles play. Young team, great rotation. With Batista just getting hurt, that's gonna hurt them a lot. But I think they'll find a way to keep it going.
Did you hear the comments from the Orioles owner? He made a comment. I don't know when this was, maybe a week ago. Something about like he's like, I'm not sure we're gonna be able to afford all these young stars we have on our team unless we like jack up ticket prices a bunch. Like
Oh yeah, I saw
that's
that.
ridiculous for him to say that in the middle of the season where they, for the first time in I don't know how many years, are actually good, and to come out and say that, like, that's a future problem that you shouldn't be talking about now, and it shouldn't be a problem at all because you're in a semi-major market. Like, they're not a tiny market team.
Well, what's up with the Orioles and finding ways off the field to like completely distract people from this great season? Like the whole commentator thing too.
Yeah, that was
Like,
terrible.
Yeah.
this is like, well, come on, just have the spotlight be on the team, for fuck's sake.
It's really annoying because the fans haven't really had much to cheer about these past couple of years, and this is the first like time they're excited. Shouldn't have any off the field stuff be getting in the way.
Yeah.
Is Batista, is he done for the year?
They don't know if he's on the IL-15. They don't know if he's like out for the year. It is a UCL thing. You guys know more than me.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, boy.
like what that turns
That's
into.
not good.
Oh no.
It's probably 6 weeks at least.
But maybe not
Man, that's
like
so
still
sad.
playoffs, maybe.
Possibly, but
Yeah.
we can talk about
They
the
still got guys that can pitch.
yeah
What'd you say, Mike?
NL. We also talk about NL wildcard race.
Yeah. You guys have noticed that there's a team that I didn't include in there. We don't need to talk about them. They got swept by the Brewers. It is what it is. NL.
Yeah, Liam,
Two
are you
spots.
do you still have optimism about the Mets? You called me last time for the show when we were trying to convince me that the Mets still had a chance.
No,
don't.
they looked terrible. I was watched a couple of games of them playing the Angels this past week, and they looked absolutely dead. Once again, zero life to this team. And I've been seeing a lot on Mets Twitter that a lot of people want to trade Pete Alonso, and if that happens, I will be looking for a new baseball team to support.
I agree. That's the
Hey,
final straw.
But
Mets could use a first baseman. So
yeah, wildcard's picking up in the NL though. The Phillies are looking like they're going to run away with a spot, unfortunately, but the Cubs came out of nowhere, and the Diamondbacks are right back in it. Reds are starting to falter a little bit, and the Giants are half game out too. Marlins have not looked good since the All-Star break. I think they're going to fall out of it completely. Yeah, Robertson's been awful for them.
He got benched. I think they took him out of the closer role. He had like a 6-something ERA.
Yeah, I think the three teams that have the wild card spot now are going to be the three teams to make it.
I really hope the Reds make it. I would love to see Ellie in the playoffs do some damage or something. Just have an exciting moment, you know.
Did you see that?
Did you guys see the play he had where he threw Corbin Carroll out at home?
Yeah,
ridiculous play.
How fast was that throw clocked at?
99 something. It was almost 100.
What the hell?
That's ridiculous, dude.
Who are the young stars?
Generational athlete. Insane.
But if I was a betting man, which we you know what, we used to have to say we don't endorse gambling, but you know at this point, do whatever the hell you want. Yeah, I'd agree with Galeem. I would choose these three teams as well.
I kind of think the Giants are going to catch up. I think the Giants have the experience of being here, and I think the Diamondbacks are too young and not ready for that spotlight yet. I know they bounced back a little bit, but if I was going to place a bet, I think I'd bet the Giants to fall ahead of the Diamondbacks.
That's fair. I would like to see the Diamondbacks in the playoffs just to see Zach Gallen pitch, as well as Corbin Carroll. I really like is it Christian Walker that's still their first baseman?
Yeah, he's been really good this year.
Yeah, they have guys that can play. I don't know. The Cubs have been really hot too. They really came out of nowhere. Shout out Belly Man.
Dude, and they almost sold at the deadline.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
very
ridiculous.
inspirational. Very inspirational.
I put the AL on our note sheet, but I have a feeling that the AL is just going to be the way it is. I don't see the Astros falling out of it.
Yeah,
No, I
the
don't think much change.
Blue Jays never will catch up either. That everybody thinks that they're going to every year. And fun fact about the Blue Jays, until a couple days ago, they didn't have anyone on their team that hit 20 home runs on the season. Vladdy just hit 20,
Wow.
which is crazy.
That's pretty
Has he
weird.
been hurt?
Hmm?
He's got to have been hurt, right? Was he hurt this year?
I don't know, but it's weird. Isn't that
That's
a little
crazy.
odd?
Yeah.
All right, we got to move on to some sad news. Unfortunately, everyone's favorite Big Japan goes down with injury. Unfortunately, is it Tommy John's? Did you guys see what it is? Or maybe he doesn't have to have Tommy John's. It's a UCL thing. He won't pitch again this season. He wants to keep hitting, which that's awesome. But before I turn over to you guys, I saw some headline that said that executives around the MLB don't even think they think 600 million's off the table now, and they think 500 million might be off the table too. So how does this? Obviously, the Angels are not contending anymore, but how does this impact Shohei's contract and then in the rest of his career?
Our Twitter fans think that on the Twitter poll we put out, shout out to our Twitter followers, they
Shout
think
out.
he's going to get 600 million plus is what the leading vote getter
Really?
was, but I don't think he will. I don't think he gets it. He's UCL tear. It might be his second Tommy John surgery. He's still a generational hitter, even if you ignore the pitching part. I saw somebody talking about maybe him going into a closer role. I don't really like that either, though. I think he's too good to be a closer. He's got too many pitches to be a closer, to be fair. But it is concerning. We've never seen a player like him before, and I feel like every year towards the end of the season he's getting injured. This isn't the first time it's happened, and it's a lot of wear and tear on the body. And I don't think he gets above. I don't think he reaches 600 million. I think he's somewhere in the 500, 550, maybe even 490 range, because I think his upside's been limited a lot, and there's a lot of concerns.
I hated that it came out that he was like sore about a month ago, and the Angels didn't do anything about it. That really made me angry.
Well, apparently they wanted an MRI, but he said no.
You force him to.
This is a question more about, and just this is from someone that's never played baseball. Is the injury like what the fact that he was a two-way player and he was hitting, did that contribute to his risk of injury, or is it's just so separate that this is just kind of independent?
I think it's independent. The throwing motion of you throwing a baseball is one of the worst things you can do to your body.
Oh, geez.
It's terrible for you to do over time. And I know Bryce Harper all of last season had arm injuries, but he was able to hit like halfway through the season. If he gets Tommy John, he'll be fine to hit. It's
not
just
sure if
it's sad.
Hit during Tommy John recovery though.
I don't know. Did he hit after he got it after his rookie year? Because I know he got it in 2018.
I feel
he
like
got Tommy
did.
John.
I feel like he might have hit at some point in the season. He might have taken a little time off, but
yeah. But now, I guess if you're the Angels and he needs Tommy John, you have to shut him down right away. You don't get greedy and keep playing him. There's no reason.
Well, and they're pretty much all but eliminated at this point. And as much as I think like everyone loves watching Shohei, he's like one of the most likable guys in the league. But it's time to prioritize his health, if anything. I like his home run numbers. I respect that he wanted to keep them up and keep contributing to wins in that way. But you gotta prolong his career as much as possible. And I think this is one of the steps you do that in.
You could call this a hot take, but if I think if Shohei never pitched this season, he would be easily on pace to break Judge's home run record if he was just a pure DH.
Dude, I think
I
at one
agree.
point he was like that
Yeah.
month that he was super hot. So you're saying he would have actually done it if he hadn't pitched?
Yeah, easily. I think he would have got like close to 70. He's at 44 and he pitches a fourth of the time. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, that is ridiculous. Again, this is just devastating news, but I don't know. It's Trout. Looks like they put Trout back on the IL. He was supposed to return. They put him back on the IL. It's really sad. I'm gonna use this a little bit to segue into. I don't know if you guys saw. This isn't like groundbreaking or anything, but the Angels put 6 guys on waivers. One of which was Giolito. One of which was Hunter Renfroe. What are they doing there? Like, what's the logic behind that?
I think
Just
they're
clearing
done for the
house.
season. They're done for the
Yeah.
season. Maybe save some money by putting these guys in the IL. I don't know. There's not
Okay.
much.
But these guys
Yeah.
could get picked up by other teams.
No.
No? Okay.
If they're on the IL, then they cannot. If they get designated for
No. They
assignment,
put him
then
on.
yeah.
They put him on waivers.
Oh, then yeah, they can be picked up by other teams.
Okay, yeah. It just kind of seemed like they were clearing house a little bit, which I thought was interesting.
One more thing about the Angels I want to talk about. So a former pitcher of theirs, C.J. Wilson, he came out and said that when the Angels signed Albert Pujols for a huge contract, they didn't want to pay $70,000 for a special like treadmill that would keep him healthy. And I just thought that was it demonstrates what the Angels organization is about.
Does this you know, I like that you brought that up because this kind of reminds me of that. Does this change Shohei's free agency destination at all or no?
don't think he's
Shohei
back
was
with-
never,
No.
ever thinking about the Angels unless they offer him like a $1 billion contract. No chance. No chance
Yeah.
in hell.
I do
That's
think
fair.
it might change a little bit. I don't know in what way, but like it's going to be lower prices. Maybe some teams that couldn't afford the $600 million can afford the $400 million to get in on this bidding, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah. Couple other things we got to talk about in the MLB. Just to preview MVP odds. Betts just passed Acuna. We can talk about that because it seems like Acuna was a lock. RIP all my bettors out there that had Acuna NL MVP. I don't really think we need to talk about that unless you guys want to. I don't know if you guys are big Josh Donaldson slander people. And then I figured, we'd all like it if we finished the MLB segment with a little bit of Philly slander. So we'll save that for the end. But let's talk about bets. Surprising. Well, what is this? I mean, it didn't come out of nowhere, but I thought Acuna was going to be a lock.
That's an amazing August. He's like hitting 400 something in August. Like he's played amazing. And obviously Acuna is going to possibly hit 40-40, but I think awards in general come out to a little bit of recency bias, and finishing off a season strong is always a good way to do it. And I think that has that momentum going into like the end of the season.
He's having an insane season, Mookie Betts. I don't know, dude. This is it's gonna come down to the wire. I think it really is. I think it's a complete toss-up.
I got a little question for you, and this totally segues. This is just kind of a quick question. So I recently was driving my friend's car the other day, and for some reason I couldn't get the radio station to switch, and it was stuck on Dodgers radio. So after I decided not to blow my brains out, I actually started listening to what they were saying. And they were saying that for a season, not like over many seasons or like in the grand scheme of things, but for this, like for an individual season, Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman are the best duo in Dodgers history. What do you guys
That
think
can be
about
fair. They're both
Yeah.
top 3 in MVP voting.
If it wasn't this year, they could easily both win MVP.
Yeah.
I just want to say this about Mookie. leads the league in slugging percentage and leads the league in OPS.
That's
Dude can
ridiculous.
play any position on the baseball field. He already has 35 bombs. He's going to hit 40 bombs, 100 something RBIs. Man, I just can't believe the Red Sox ever let him go.
Returned to Boston recently for the first time. That was pretty cool. Pretty cool moment.
Yeah. I don't know what the Red Sox were doing back then.
If the Mets do the same thing with Pete Alonso, I'll be livid.
I don't want to act like Pete Alonso and Mookie are in the same stratosphere, but yes, I agree, Frank.
And as much as I don't like the Dodgers, do you guys ever see the clips from Mookie's podcast?
No.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff on it. I like it. Well, he's been interviewing Kike Hernandez a lot, and they got some funny stuff there. There's a lot of good stuff. He's been interviewing like a lot of like really good. Like he interviewed Zach Gallen. They had a really good segment there. He's a very likable guy.
Lindor one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wasn't
the Lindor
he was
great.
telling Lindor like he's like you're the best shortstop, even though Lindor like didn't put himself in like top 5 or anything when he was ranking them, which
Yeah.
I think that's
That
just
was
a lot about
ridiculous.
Lindor too.
Yeah, I don't want to. Lindor's very humble, but let's keep it a buck. Dude's been the best shortstop this year.
Yeah.
It's been a down year for shortstops, and Lindor's been
Been
good.
All right, Philly slander before we get to our NBA segment, and then you guys want to do Hoops Grid?
Sure.
Do you have any trivia rank that I can look forward to?
I don't have any currently, but I could find something quickly possibly.
Right. We'll warm you up in the bullpen, get you some trivia there. Philly slander. Kyle Schwarber, I know I already told you guys this, but let's just all have a good laugh. Kyle Schwarber is first player on pace to have 40 home runs in a negative WAR.
That's crazy.
Pathetic.
I saw that somewhere on Instagram, and they showed a compilation of Schwarber dropping fly balls that they said like all had 99% catch probability. And like he's stumbling and tumbling all over himself like a little buffoon. It's really good to watch.
That compilation's fantastic.
So
love that.
All right, that's pretty much
not
all
a
we
lot to
have
laugh at the Phillies
for
about,
baseball.
though.
Yeah, unfortunately, not this season. I guess after this, maybe we could each go our separate ways and watch some Castellanos whiffing at pitches compilations. That would make me happy. For the NBA, do either of you guys want to open it up with the quote that's gotten the NBA community pretty riled up?
You go for it, Truett.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know much about Noah Lyles. He's a cross country track professional athlete, world athlete, as he in his words. And he during like a press conference was talking about how I don't even like know the context because I didn't see the whole clip of how they even brought up the NBA, whatever. But he was talking about how he doesn't understand why he's basically diminishing the NBA when they call themselves world champions. And he's like, world of what? The United States, which, is factually not true for a lot of reasons. The most basic one of them all is the NBA has a Canadian team. That's just a technicality. But before I open it up for you guys' opinions, there was some clip that got brought up on the internet about how Greg Popovich actually in 2010 said very similar things. But what do you guys make of this?
Dude's just looking for attention.
Yeah. I think it's a completely different animal than any other sport. I think the sports that America plays, if you think of like the NFL, the NBA, and the MLB, we are the best in the world. Like the teams are the best in the world. Like when they say that the world champions, they are the world champions because every single best player wants to come to America to play here. It's very different than any other sport like that. But in those sports, I completely agree that they can call themselves world champions because no team could even get close to them. Like imagine if this football was an Olympic sport. Like that'd be ridiculous.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, the Houston Rockets, when they were terrible, played against Team Israel, and it wasn't even close. I mean, literally the top, or what was it, the past 5 MVPs have all been foreign-born players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know what Lyles is trying to say. It's just idiotic. I don't know.
I think he's literally just talking about how all the teams are North American, not even United States, but how they're all mostly congregated in the United States. But I think he's missing on, this is where people want to go to play the highest level of basketball, which is a key factor. Like, sorry that it happens to be in the United States, but it doesn't take away from the fact that it is the highest level of basketball the world has to offer. So,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
much to
On
say.
another note, have you guys been watching any of the World Cup, the FIFA Basketball World Cup?
I've seen a little.
I've watched a little bit of Shea highlights, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I'll be
I
honest.
caught Team Slovenia play against Georgia the other day, and I don't know. It diminished what that guy said even more because Luka, it was like he was playing against little boys. It's just like I don't know. He doesn't play in Slovenia in the regular season. I don't know why the guy would even like say something that stupid, but
I saw
Yeah.
Luka make the two guys fall over each other when he was taking a shot.
yeah. This Team Venezuela. Oh my gosh. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out Team Japan for knocking off Finland. It's one of the biggest upsets in FIFA history.
Yeah. And France is out.
I don't know any
Yeah,
Finnish.
France is gone too.
Is it just Rui Hashimura who's on that Japanese team?
Yeah.
Is Yuta Watanabe
And,
Japanese or is he Korean?
I could not tell you. I think he is Japanese, but Laurie Markkinen, I mean,
Is he
I
Finnish?
can't believe. Yeah.
Did you guys see the Rondell Hollis Jefferson quote?
No.
Dude, Rondé Hollis Jefferson looked like Kobe on that clip. I swear to
but
God.
him saying that like Kobe came down and watched him, like just think about Kobe, like I'm not coming down and help this bum drop 30 points in a FIBA basketball game.
Dude,
Is that what he said?
Yes.
He's on Team Jordan. They're 0-2. They haven't won a game.
That's terrible. That's a
Kobe
terrible
was with
quote.
me down the stretch. My God.
And they lost?
Yeah.
It's pathetic.
You
Terrible thing
can't
to
you
say.
can't use the late great Kobe Bryant's name in that.
But shout out Rondé, though. He's averaging 31.5 points. Second to only Luka Doncic, might I add.
For sure. Subtle.
Had to.
All right. I got an NFL trivia question. Then we can do some hoops grid.
Let's hear it, baby.
Hooray.
Top 5 in receiving yards of all time.
Rice.
Yep, Jerry Rice, number 1.
Jerry Rice. Okay. Are there any tricky ones on their rank?
No, the top four are pretty straightforward, and there's one tight end.
Tight end.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it Sharp?
Nope.
Oh,
I'm
is it
gonna go Tony.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tony
Gonzalez, number 5. That's crazy.
and Tony Gonzalez.
Marvin Harrison in there?
Nope.
That's a good guess.
Randy Moss has to be in there, right?
Yep. Randy Moss, number 4.
I don't think he's in here, but shout out my dog, Steve Largent. Is he in there?
No.
Steve Largent. Never wore football gloves. Barehanded God. Chris Carter in there?
Top, though. Chris Carter's no, not top 5. These two guys have played in the thousands/2010s.
Fitzy?
Fitzy,
T.O.
2. And T.O.'s 3.
Wow,
There
Tony
you go.
Gonzalez in there. I was not. If you hadn't said tight end, I would have really had a hard time getting that.
Yeah. And Isaiah Bruce was number 6, and then some bunch of random guys.
Wow. Jeez.
That's some hoops grid fun, Liam.
I got it coming up.
How
Spin
rare
again.
can we get this? We got to get this super rare. If we don't get it under like each of our
Oh,
picks under 10,
we can get it pretty rare. We can get it pretty rare. We got it under 5 points per game for the season.
never play in
Oh,
the
man.
playoffs. Wow.
Muggsy Bogues.
Muggsy Bogues?
UNC. Should we just pencil in Michael Jordan or what?
There's got to be someone else.
Is Muggsy
That
Bogues
was-
not Raptors under 5 points? Is he rare enough, or can we get rarer?
If it's not rare, we'll just restart. Oh, solid rank.
Rank right out the
100%.
gates, firing. Okay.
There we go.
Let's take care of the team ones: Bulls, Raptors, Pistons, Bulls.
Okay.
We got to get those pretty easily. Maybe not.
Played on the Vince Carter Raptors.
Tracy, trying to get the 2K teams. That's what I'm going with right now.
Yeah. Oh, I was watching game 1 of the 2001 Western Conference Finals the other day. Just Kings versus the Lakers.
Wow.
Great game. Shaq had 44, 20, and 7 or something like that. It was nuts.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Did Bill Laimbeer have a season where he was under 5 points per game? I don't know if that's rare enough.
There's got to be some bum from the Pistons
Yeah,
that
we can think of somebody random. Like, think of all those total games when we hit the Pistons guys. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if this guy
Corey
ever played on the
Joseph.
Pistons, but I know. Oh, he doesn't even come up. I was gonna say
Luigi.
Luigi Tome.
Corey
Who the
Joseph, like
fuck
somebody
is that?
random.
Oh, I didn't know that was his name. Gigi. Nope.
See.
Oh.
Holy
go.
shit.
Oh, what a snipe.
Dude. Who the hell is that guy?
When I went to a Celtics game, I guess it must have been 2013. He was on the end of their bench, and we were cheering the whole time for him to go in.
Did he go in?
No, he didn't. They got blown out by the Bucks. OJ Mayo dropped like a 30 bomb. It was sick.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Wow. What a snipe. I'm so proud of that. He could have worked here too. I don't think they made the
Yeah.
playoffs.
Is Tony Bradley the Bulls' old center? Did he go to UNC maybe?
Tony Bradley. I will give it a. This one?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's not
rank?
rare enough.
Dude, I didn't even know
10%?
Tony Bradley
Yeah.
went to UNC.
Can we get rarer than that?
Did Harrison
want-
Barnes have a season under 5? I know he went to UNC.
No.
Maybe Danny Green. He went to UNC. Did he ever have a bummy season?
Well, we can think of somebody better. Think of somebody more random who went to UNC. Like,
Yeah. Who were some bums that came out of there? Not really a lot, I guess.
Who hasn't played in the playoffs?
oh, I got one for the UNC guy. Ed Davis, that old center.
Oh,
Oh.
shit.
Do you want to go
call,
under or never played in playoffs? Did he ever play in the playoffs?
Go under. Go under.
He might have been on one of those Blazers teams in the playoffs.
Nice.
Got a boy rank.
There we
Oh,
go.
I would have had a good one for this one. Under 5 Raptors. Lucas Bebe Nogueira.
Who
Did
the
he make a playoff team?
I think he did. They must have made the playoffs in that span. Yeah. Damn.
Muggsy definitely made the playoffs.
Yeah.
Did Justin Jackson ever make it to a playoff team?
Oh,
I feel like that would be pretty. Well, guess so.
he may have made one of the Suns, maybe.
Bulls, Pistons. Like some crappy
Bulls, Pistons.
Andre Drummond. No. Trying to think of like some guard.
Cartwright. I don't think he was on the Pistons.
Kirk Heinrich. Kirky. Bulls, Raptors.
Levine's, DeMar DeRozan only popping in my head there.
Did Goran Dragic see both?
Was Goron Raptors?
I have no idea.
Oh yeah, he might have been. Was he in that trade with for Kyle Lowry? Was he in there?
He might have been.
Fuck it, give it a go.
Oh, there's my mouse. Yeah, okay. 6%, not bad. Not bad. Ed Davis, what a
What
pull
about
that was.
Nikola Mirotic? Did you see on the Bulls?
He was definitely the
Mirotic?
Bulls, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was on the Pistons.
I remember for the like the first part of the season in like 2018, he was number 1 in the MVP rankings after like the first week because he had like a 45-point games.
Jesus.
That graphic is hilarious. It's like him and then Embiid.
I'm struggling with Raptors never played in the playoffs just because they've been in the playoffs the last like 8 years.
Yeah, we got to think like crappy Raptors team. Did Landry Fields ever make the playoffs?
I think he made one with the Knicks.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Pistons not making the playoffs should be an easy one for us.
Yeah.
Just pick anyone from the last couple of years.
Who's been to the point guards? Who's those total guys that we always never got?
Who's that backup point guard?
Oh, who got into the fight?
Oh, Isaiah Stewart? He might be too common.
Yeah.
Hayes?
I was gonna say Killian, but
Oh, Killian, that's the guy I was thinking of. He's supposed to be the future.
why not? Should we just slot him in? Killian Tilly? Who? 10 point. Yeah, okay. What an ugly dude, Jesus. Him and Tony. Bulls, Pistons. Gigi Ditome. I thought it was Luigi, I swear.
You think Drummond would be too common? Do people know Drummond's on the Bulls?
That was the first one that popped into my head. UNC never played in playoffs should be like somewhat easy.
Raymond Felton?
Raymond Felton?
Did
For
he make
which
the
one?
playoffs? For the
Yeah, he
UNC?
was.
He had to have.
He was backing up Russ on the PG teams. Gee, that was our backup point guard. How sad is that? No wonder they didn't win.
Their coach played in the NBA.
Who?
Oh,
Hubert Davis.
Frank, where are you pulling the shit out of?
Well, I knew their coach played.
You want me to put him in? Hubert?
He probably made a playoff.
There's got to be like a 2-season wonder that never made the playoffs. Did Tony Roten play on both the Bulls and the Pistons?
Dude, what?
Yeah. trying to think. Old Pistons players.
I mean, I don't want to say Cole Anthony for
Yeah, Colony's the only
for
I can think of right
UNC,
now.
never played. Like that's, I think that'd be too common.
Danny Green's played.
Raptors never played in playoffs.
Did John Henson make the playoffs?
He might have been
Dude,
in a Bucks
he
team.
definitely did. Those old Bucks teams were kind of tough.
Oh,
Oh, this year Little maybe?
You think that would be high?
I feel like Cole Anthony and Walker Kessler are going to be higher than that.
Want to try
was
it?
Sear
Why not?
Little? Was he on any of those Blazer playoff
Oh.
teams?
I
He
guess
might
he
have.
was. Raptors never played in playoffs. Who?
So, out of guys that I can think of UNC guys, it's Kobe White, it's like De'Aaron Sharp, Walker Kessler, Cole Anthony.
Kobe White's been in the playoffs.
De'Aaron, no, the Nets made the playoffs.
Has Marvin Williams been to the playoffs? UNC legend.
Marvin. Dude, I thought him and Michael Kidd Gilchrist were gonna be like,
The next duo.
yeah.
Oh, fuck. What team did he go with? The hell?
Did Kenny Smith ever make the playoffs?
Who?
Kenny just
Kenny the
Smith.
Jet. He was on those.
He won 2
Rockets.
championships.
Mhm.
Where did Yogi Ferrell go to school?
Oh god, dude. What about B. Wright, Mr. Lowlight himself? Was he on the playoff team?
Tony Roten. Who?
Brandon Wright.
10 years he had to have.
Tyler Zeller was a playoff guy.
Was
We might just have to
Hansborough?
go. We might just have to go. Fucking Cole Anthony.
What about
Hansborough might.
The
Hansborough
other
might be good.
Hansborough brother. 'Cause there were 2. Should we go with Ben?
Sure.
Benny boy.
What about Tyler?
He definitely did. He was tough in college, at least.
Dude, what the fuck?
Oh,
What about
Isaiah
that?
Hicks. Isaiah Hicks.
Who?
He plays for the Knicks.
Who? Oh,
Hey,
good
Rankle.
pick, Rank.
Okay.
Who the hell is that guy?
He won the national championship with UNC back in the day.
Bummy ass Knicks. That's what. Of course, you're gonna get that.
Damn.
Oh, we could have got Marcus Page too.
Never played in the playoffs. Raptors. I can't believe Lucas Nogueira was on the team for too long. Damn.
Is that the guy with the fro?
Yeah. I got him to DM me one time on Instagram.
What? What? Can you explain?
Yeah, I just sent him a happy birthday and he said thanks.
Um. How
Marcus
about
Camby?
Who?
Marcus Camby, he made one with the Nuggets.
yeah? How about
Was Travis Outlaw ever on a playoff team?
I've no clue.
The Out Dog? Oh yeah, he had to be. Yeah.
Was Aaron Baines on the Bulls?
Didn't he make it on the Celtics too?
Yeah. He might have been
No,
on
I'm
Bulls.
saying for
Oh,
Pistons.
Pistons?
Was he on the Bulls?
I guess not.
Fuck. Dude, this one's actually a lot tougher than I thought at
Yeah,
first.
it is. Never played in the playoffs, and the Raptors is tough because they went around. I know. I just can't think to them starting up as a franchise because they were terrible.
Ben Wallace,
Yeah, that works. Bulls, Pistons.
but that's too common. Like Dennis
Yeah.
Rodman's common. Unless
But
you're gonna go
D-Rose.
for random than that.
D-Rose more common? Do people remember that he was on the Pistons?
Who do we
D
think
Rose
would
might
be
work.
the least common out of those guys?
I feel like D Rose is newer, so maybe Ben Wallace gets the history guy. Maybe.
Yeah. I'd be fine. I honestly forgot Ben Wallace was on the Bulls. I'd be totally fine with that one.
Solid.
That's not terrible. All right, we need something
Let's
rare.
try and get under 50.
Yeah.
That might be our best one to date if we do.
You guys got to carry on this one. I don't know any Raptors teams before like DeRozan and Lowry.
Well, what's the Vince Carter teams?
Yeah. Try to think like right after Vince Carter left.
Like Chris Bosh type. Ew. Who played with Chris Bosh on the Raptors? I have no fucking clue.
Jose Calderon was there.
He made a team.
Yeah.
Reggie Evans.
Reggie Evans. Oh my god. I just remember him on the Nets. Oh shit. Reggie Evans. Wow, he had a long career.
He probably made one at some point.
Yeah, must have. Reggie Evans.
Or Yanni made a playoff.
Yeah.
Nelly. Amir Johnson. No, he made a team.
Amir
Oh my
Johnson.
god. He was kind of tough in 2K.
Dude, I have no idea. I don't know.
Did Amir Johnson go to UNC?
No
might have.
clue.
There's got to be some bum that just played like one season on the Raptors.
I think that's like a one and done guy on the Raptors, maybe.
Just trying to think on those old Vince Carter teams. Who would have stayed there? No, but they almost made the finals with him. Just tried big country Bryant Reeves. He was on the Vancouver Grizzlies though.
Dude,
Missed
I
that.
got nothing. I
Did the
got
Raptors
nothing.
make the playoffs this year?
Yeah. Wait, did they?
No, they didn't.
Oh,
Any
I don't know if they
young
did.
guys on the Raptors?
who's their rookie? Do they have a rookie? Oh god.
It's Malachi Flynn.
He was on the
Years.
Kawhi team. Yeah.
Yeah. He always balled out in summer league.
What about Precious Achua?
Is
He's
he
Yeah,
on
really
the
common though.
Yeah.
He might be on the Heat playoff team. I don't know actually. Dude, I don't know. Can't choose Grady Dick, right? Because he hasn't played a season.
Is Dick on there?
Well, I don't know. I mean, he hasn't played, so I don't know if that would work. Yeah,
Is their rookie like Koloko?
no clue, Rank.
KOL, that guy.
Rank, got a boy.
Not very rare though.
How the hell are people guessing that, dude? People had been looking that up. I don't know who the
How
hell
is it
that
only
is.
better than 47% of grids? We had Gigi Datome in there.
That's
Who?
ridiculous.
Good stuff.
You want to
Good
tweet this
stuff.
out today, Liam?
Yeah. Can we
Thanks, boys. All right, everybody.
Well,
This is a bit of a
birthdays.
long episode. Hour 41 right now.
wait,
Birthdays.
before we go.
Oh,
come on,
shit, my
Truett.
bad. My bad.
Come on,
dude,
Truett.
It's
We
your
have a
first
bunch
show.
of birthdays.
my bad. That's on me.
An ex-Met who right now just got DFA'd. Happy birthday to Noah Syndergaard.
I hope he comes back.
Oh, Thor, right? Isn't that what they called him?
Yeah. It would
I
be
just
nice
watched
to
a
have him
video
back.
on the downfall of Noah Syndergaard.
Yeah. Quite sad. Moving over to basketball, we got Loki a GOAT right here. Carlos Delfino, happy birthday. I'm pretty sure we could have used him on the
There's no one
under
who knows
5
who
points per
Carlos
season.
Delfino is, bro. Who the hell
Yeah,
is
he
that?
played for the Raptors. I should have looked at this. He played for the Raptors. Shout out to NBA champion Will Purdue. Played on old Bulls teams. In football, we got Rasul Douglas.
Okay.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to
Wow.
Mike McGlinchey.
So rough tool.
The
Troy
Niners
Hill.
O-lineman?
Yep. Happy birthday to Dan Gay.
Happy birthday. You okay, Liam?
No. Happy birthday, Mr. Gay. Let's see. Moving over to hockey. I don't know any of these guys, not one. And then in football, we got Alejandro Firmino. Happy birthday to you, Alejandro. That's all I got for today. Happy birthday. Big shout out to Mr. Dan Gay, though. Happy birthday.
Liam, one of these times, can we have you sing happy birthday?
Yeah. If it's one of your birthdays or if it's a player that we really we really like, we'll say happy birthday.
Good. Okay. All right,
That's all I
everybody.
got.
Thank you for rocking with us. Fun in the locker room. We're approaching hour 45 right now. You'll see us next week. Same thing. We'll be talking about all the sports. Football, I guess, Rank, will we be not in the season yet?
Season starts next Thursday, so we'll have our predictions and football predictions.
You're not going to want to miss that episode. We're getting probably won't have any NBA news. MLB will be close to the playoffs. And don't forget the birthdays. You're going to want to be here for the birthdays. So thank you again, everybody, and we'll see you on the next one.